Welcome to another cup of Capo. It's story time again. Okay, I love telling you people stories. All right. So the other day, someone asked me how I got involved in show business. So I figured I would let you people know. So here's the deal. My friend Martha says to me, "Let's go to this convention, and it's all for actors and actresses." And I wasn't a performer yet. And she said, "We'll go there, we'll talk to people, see what's going on." I was like, "All right, fine, I'll go with you." My friend Martha, was in an improv troupe at that time. I don't think I even knew what improv was. Anyway, so we get to this place. It was like the Javits Center. It was in New York City, and there were thousands of people there. And there's a booth on, they had to get headshots and all different things. Nothing I know about because I don't know anything about the business at the time. So I notice in the back of the room, there's a staircase with a lot of people lined up. And there's like a guard at the beginning of the staircase. And I see, like, at the top, there's like a bunch of people sitting down up there. So I was like, "Hey, Martha, what's going on up there?" She goes, "I don't know." So I go up to the guard and I go, "So what's the deal? What's happening up there?" And he goes, "Oh, these are people who have appointments for casting agents." I had no clue what a casting agent was. So I said, "Well, can I go up there and talk to someone?" He goes, "No, no, you have to have an appointment." I go, "Well, I don't have an appointment, but I'm here, but I'd like to talk to someone." He goes, "Ma'am, you can't go up there." Well, he didn't say ma'am because I was a lot younger, so he probably said miss. Anyway, point being, now I see the line. The guy turns around. I sneak up the steps. And everybody's waiting online, and they had these numbers. And I had seen a number like down there, so I grabbed the number. And there was all the tables, all the tables with all the people lined up. And they go, "Okay, next." So I go over to the empty one, and I sit down, and I go, "Hi." And he goes, "Hi." And he goes, "You have a headshot?" Now, I didn't know what a headshot was. So I go, "What do you mean a headshot? I'm Italian. That's a dangerous thing. What do you mean, headshot?" You know, so he's like, picture of your face. I said, "Well, I don't have a picture of my face. You want to take a picture of my face?" And so he's like, "Oh, what are you doing up here?" I said, "Listen, to be quite honest, I saw all these people up here. I was curious what was going on up here." He said, "Well, I'm a casting director. I cast for commercials and for films. And, I match people with, what roles would be right." So I said, "Oh, yeah, I'd like to do that." And he goes, "Oh, you just like to do that?" I go, "Yeah, I would." I said, "Look, I got up here. Don't make me waste my time. Don't let's waste your time." So he goes, "I'll tell you what. Can you dance?" I said, "Yeah, I know how to dance." And he goes, "Well, what kind of dancing could you do?" I said, "What kind of dancing you need? What do you need?" At that time I was like into disco. So he goes, "Look, I like that you're so gutsy." He actually said, well, he said ballsy. And he said, "So I'm going to give you my name. You give me your name. And you're going to come to my office and you're going to audition." Now, the only thing I knew about show business was I had heard about this thing called the casting couch. So I was like, "Wait a second. Is this some kind of casting couch thing?" And he just looked at me like, "No, this is not a casting couch thing." I said, "All right. So what do I need to do?" He goes, "You're going to show up at the office. I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. You do them, and I'll decide if you're right for this commercial." And so what happens is I get there, go to the place, and he says, "All right, we need you to dance." So I do a little dance. They have me talk. I do a little talk. And so he goes, "All right, I'll call you and let you know." 2 days go by. He goes, "You got it. You're going to be an extra in a music video." I was like, "Great. Okay." That time there weren't like music videos. I didn't even know what a music video was. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna videotape what? What, a tape recorder? What are they gonna do?" Anyway, so they told me I had to get there, get to makeup. So I get there. They put me in this like monster mask thing with a pot, and it turns out it was David Bowie's video for the song "Fashion." Now you can go and look and check later on after I finish telling you this story. So anyway, so we get there and they give us our places, and David Bowie's on this stage and he's doing the moves and he's telling us what moves we have to do, and we just have to imitate the moves that he says. Well, there comes a point where there's a break, and the girls I'm with, because we were in groups of four, were like, "Oh my God, it's David Bowie. Oh my God, it's David Bowie." I go, "So go up and say hi to him." "Oh, we can't do that." I'm like, "Why can't you do that?" They, they said, "Well, if you're so brave, you do it." Honestly, I didn't know who David Bowie was. So I was like, "Sure." So I went up. He was sitting there. It was break time. And I went, "Excuse me, my name is Fran." And he goes, "Oh, and my name's David." I went, "Yeah, well, that part I know." And he goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Well, here's the thing. Those girls over there wanted to come over to you, but they were scared to come over to you, and I told them not to be scared. So they asked me, why don't I go up?" And he goes, "And how come you weren't scared?" Well, no offense, but quite frankly, I didn't know who you were. And he goes, "Really?" I said, "But I got to tell you, the song that you have here is pretty good. I mean, this fashion thing here is pretty good." So he starts laughing. He goes, "You've never heard my music?" I go, "I probably should have looked it up, but I'm sorry, I don't know your music. But like I said, I think you got a good future." So he calls the director over, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, am I getting in trouble now?" And he goes, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Fran, still Fran." And he goes, "Where are you standing?" I said, "Well, I'm over there in the back with those girls." He goes, "I want you to take her and put her up front and get a close up on her." And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "I like that you had the guts to come up to me, and more guts that you admit you don't know who I am." I said, "I can't lie about that. What if you would have asked me another song you sang? What would I was going to say? Mary Had a Little Lamb? I didn't know. I don't know what you sang." So when you see the fashion video and it's midway, almost towards the like three-quarters of the way into the video, you'll see that's David Bowie leaving, by the way. You'll see that there's a close-up of my face in the fashion video, and that's how I got my first on-camera 3-second start to fame, by not knowing David Bowie.